My sister slammed her wine glass down. Cassandra, you're paying tonight. You don't have kids, so you obviously have more money. This was the 6th time in 2 months, and I'd spent $3,000 on their family meals this year alone. When I opened my laptop and turned the screen around, nobody was laughing anymore. Before we go any further, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this story, because what happens next will absolutely shock you. Cassandra has so much disposable income. My sister Lauren announced to the table like she was reading a financial report. She doesn't have to pay for daycare or dance classes or soccer uniforms or college funds. The least she can do is treat us to dinner once in a while. Once in a while. That's what she called it. Like this wasn't the 6th time in 8 weeks that I'd been handed the bill at our family dinners. I looked around the table at Romano's, the upscale Italian restaurant my family insisted on frequenting despite complaining about money constantly. My brother Jason and his wife Michelle. My sister Lauren and her husband Todd. My parents. All of them nodding along like this made perfect sense. Come on, Cass, Jason added, signaling the waiter for another round of drinks. You're a corporate attorney. You make bank. We're all struggling with kids. It's just fair. Fair. That word had been thrown around a lot lately. It was fair that I paid for Mom's birthday dinner last month because I didn't have to buy birthday presents for children. It was fair that I covered the family reunion restaurant bill because I didn't have kids to feed at home. It was fair that I was expected to subsidize everyone else's life choices. How much is dinner tonight? I asked quietly. Lauren waved her hand dismissively. I don't know, like 300? Maybe 4? Who's counting? We're family. $400. For a dinner I didn't choose, at a restaurant I didn't pick, with people who only called me when they needed something. The waiter brought the check and placed it directly in front of me. Not at the center of the table. Not near my father, who used to insist on paying for family dinners when I was growing up. Directly in front of me. I looked at the total, $487.63. Jason had ordered the most expensive steak. Lauren had 3 glasses of wine at $18 each. Michelle ordered an appetizer she didn't touch. Todd got dessert and coffee. My parents ordered enough food to take home leftovers. I'd ordered a Caesar salad. Just put it on your card, Cassandra, my mother said cheerfully. You know we appreciate it. I pulled out my laptop from my work bag. Everyone looked confused. What are you doing? Lauren asked. Something I should have done months ago. I opened a spreadsheet I'd created 3 weeks earlier, after the 5th dinner where I'd been stuck with the bill. A detailed, itemized record of every family dinner I'd paid for in the past year. January 15th, Maggiano's, $312. January 29th, The Cheesecake Factory, $268. February 12th, Fleming's Steakhouse, $445. February 26th, P.F. Chang's, $289. The list went on. And on. I turned the laptop around so everyone could see. What is this? My father asked, squinting at the screen. This, I said calmly, is a record of every family dinner I've paid for in the last 11 months. 12 after tonight. Lauren laughed nervously. Okay, so you kept track. So what? The total is $3,847. Not counting tonight. With tonight, it'll be $4,334.63. The table went silent. That's... Michelle started, then stopped. That's more than most people pay in rent, I finished. That's a used car. That's a vacation to Europe. That's what I've spent feeding my family because apparently, not having children means I'm an ATM. That's not fair, Jason began. Fair. I cut him off. You want to talk about fair? Let's talk about fair. Jason, you and Michelle just bought a brand new Suburban. $45,000. But you can't chip in $20 for your own dinner. Jason's face reddened. We needed a family vehicle. Lauren, you just got back from a cruise to the Caribbean. You posted about it on Facebook for 2 weeks straight. But you can't afford a pasta dish. Lauren opened her mouth, then closed it. Todd, you play golf every Sunday at a country club that costs $3,000 a year in membership fees. But splitting a dinner bill is too much. Todd looked down at his plate. I turned to my parents. And Mom, Dad, you just renovated your kitchen. Granite countertops, custom cabinets, the works. But your daughter should pay for your meal because she made the selfish choice not to have kids. My mother's eyes filled with tears. Cassandra, we didn't mean. You did mean it. You all did. You've decided that because I don't have children, my money is less valuable. My time is less important. My choices don't matter. We have expenses you don't understand, Lauren said defensively. Do you? I pulled up another spreadsheet. Because I've been doing some math. Jason, you and Michelle both work. Combined income around $120,000 a year. You have 2 kids. Daycare costs, what, $24,000 a year? That's high, but manageable on your income. I switched to another tab. Lauren, you're a stay-at-home mom, which is great. Todd makes $90,000 as an engineer. You have 3 kids. Your expenses are higher, but Todd's salary is solid. You're not struggling. You're choosing expensive restaurants and vacations while claiming poverty. You don't have kids, Michelle said, her voice sharp now. You don't understand what it costs. You're right. I don't have kids. Do you know why? Nobody answered. Because I didn't want them. And I'm tired of being punished for that choice. I'm tired of being told my life is easier, my money is less earned, my expenses don't matter. I pulled out my phone and opened my banking app. You want to see what not having kids looks like financially? Here. I showed them my checking account balance. $8,247. That's what I have right now. Not in savings. Not in investments. In my checking account. After paying my mortgage, my student loans, my car payment, my utilities, my groceries, and $4,000 in family dinners. I switched to another screen. This is my savings account. The number was embarrassingly low, $3,892. That's all I've managed to save this year. Because I'm a corporate attorney who apparently makes bank. But I'm paying off $180,000 in student loans. I'm covering a mortgage on a small condo. I'm trying to save for retirement because I won't have kids to take care of me when I'm old. The table was completely silent now. You know what I don't have? I continued. I don't have family vacations. I don't have a new car. I don't have renovated kitchens or country club memberships or cruises to the Caribbean. I work 60 hours a week, come home to an empty apartment, and apparently, my reward is paying for everyone else's dinner. Cassandra, my father started. I'm not done. My voice was shaking now, years of frustration finally spilling out. Do you know what it's like to be 36 years old and have your family treat you like you're less than because you don't have children? To be told you're selfish for choosing a career? To be excluded from Mother's Day brunches and family photos because you're not a real part of the family unit? We've never said that, my mother protested. You don't have to say it. You show it every time you expect me to pay. Every time you plan family events around the kids and forget to invite me. Every time you talk about real responsibilities like my life doesn't count. Lauren's face was red now, angry tears in her eyes. So what? You're just going to abandon us? Because we asked you to help out occasionally. Occasionally? Lauren, look at this spreadsheet. Once a month. Sometimes twice. For almost a year. That's not occasionally. That's a pattern. Maybe if you had kids, you'd understand. Stop. I held up my hand. Stop using your kids as an excuse. You chose to have children. That's wonderful. I'm happy for you. But your choices don't entitle you to my money. Your expenses don't trump mine just because they involve children. I closed my laptop and pulled out my credit card. I'll pay for tonight. But this is the last time. From now on, we split checks. Or better yet, we stop having these dinners altogether. You're being ridiculous, Jason said. Am I? Tell me, Jason, when was the last time you called me just to talk? Not to invite me to a dinner you wanted me to pay for. Not to ask for a favor. Just to talk. He didn't answer. That's what I thought. This family only wants me around when I'm useful. When I'm the childless aunt with supposedly endless money. Well, I'm done being useful. I put $500 on the table, enough to cover the bill and a generous tip, and stood up. Cassandra, don't leave like this, my mother begged. I'm not leaving. I left months ago. You all just didn't notice because I kept showing up and paying. I grabbed my bag and walked out of Romano's without looking back. My phone started ringing before I even reached my car. Lauren. Then Jason. Then my mother. I declined all of them. When I got home, I poured myself a glass of wine, a bottle I'd bought myself, that I could actually afford, and sat in my quiet, child-free apartment. My phone buzzed with texts. Lauren. You embarrassed us in front of the whole restaurant. Jason. Way to make everything about you. Mom. We're a family. Families help each other. I deleted them all. 3 days passed. I went to work, won a major case for a client, came home to my peaceful apartment. No calls from family. No dinner invitations. It felt like freedom. On day 4, my father called. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Cassandra. Dad. Silence. Your mother wants me to apologize. And do you want to apologize, or are you just doing what Mom wants? More silence. Then, I'm sorry. For what specifically? For taking advantage of you. For assuming your money was less important because you don't have the same expenses we do. For making you feel like you don't count. My throat tightened. Thank you. Your mother's crying. She feels terrible. She didn't realize, he paused. We didn't realize how we were treating you. Dad, I love you all. But I can't keep being the bank. I can't keep being valued only for what I can provide. I know. We were wrong. Your sister and brother. They're embarrassed. They didn't see it from your perspective. Because they didn't want to. No, he agreed. They didn't. So what now? Now we do better. If you'll let us. I thought about it. About years of feeling less than. About being excluded and expected to pay for the privilege of exclusion. I need time, I said finally. That's fair. There was that word again. But this time it actually was. 2 months later, my mother called with an invitation to dinner. Not at Romano's. At her house. Just family, she said. No expectations. Everyone's bringing a dish. Lauren's making her lasagna. Jason's bringing beer. You don't have to bring anything but yourself. Are you sure? Cassandra, we've been thinking. A lot. About what you said. About how we've treated you. And you were right. I was. Your life matters just as much as ours. Your choices are valid. And we've been terrible at showing you that. So if you'll come to dinner, no bill, no expectations, just family, we'd really like to see you. I showed up with wine anyway. Good wine, the kind I actually liked, not just whatever was cheapest. When I walked in, there was a difference. Lauren hugged me, really hugged me, not the half hug she usually gave. Jason asked about my case at work, and actually listened to the answer. Michelle showed me photos of the kids on her phone instead of just talking about them. Over dinner, my father raised his glass. To Cassandra. We haven't said it enough, but we're proud of you. Of your career, your independence, your strength. And we're sorry it took a spreadsheet to make us see it. Everyone clinked glasses. Even Lauren, who added quietly, I'm sorry, Cass. Really. I was jealous, I think. Of your freedom, your success. And I took it out on you by pretending you had it easier. Parenting is hard, I said. I'm not saying it isn't. But so is doing it alone. Building a life without a partner, without kids, watching everyone else get celebrated for their families while you're just existing. You're not just existing, my mother said firmly. You're thriving. And we should have been celebrating that instead of treating you like a resource. That night, when the check didn't come, because there was no check, I felt something I hadn't felt at a family dinner in years. Wanted. Not for my money. Not for my usefulness. Just for being me. 6 months later, I took my family to Romano's. My treat. But this time it was my choice. And when Lauren reached for her wallet to split the bill, I stopped her. I've got this one, I said. Because I want to. Not because I have to. That made all the difference. My life is still child-free. Still full of work and quiet apartments and money that's mine to spend, or save, as I choose. But now my family sees me. Not as the aunt with disposable income. Not as the sister who has it easy. But as Cassandra. And that's worth more than every dinner bill combined. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is show people the cost of taking you for granted. And sometimes, when you stop letting yourself be used, people finally learn to value you. Not for what you can give, but for who you are.